Imagine finding real-life examples of Katara, Suki, Toph, and Kyoshi in history books. Because believe it or not, the epic tales of Avatar: The Last Airbender echoes real-life stories of Southeast Asia's fiercest women. A diverse, interwoven history filled with women just as brave and inspiring. Mabuhay or in Kapampangan, luwid kayo. Welcome to my channel, it's me Kirby Aráullo, your friendly Pinoy historian. And as we celebrate Women's History Month, let's embark on a journey that bridges the past with the present, that bridges fiction with reality. You know, where the enduring strength of women across Southeast Asia echoes through the tales of Avatar: The Last Airbender. So first, let's begin with stories of power, grace, and leadership. Let's journey back to pre-colonial Southeast Asia where female rulers led with wisdom and strength. These women didn't just rule, they shaped the legacies of our people, the legacies of their realms, embodying the spirit of leadership that transcends time and culture. Now imagine the world of Avatar: The Last Airbender, where characters like Katara and Kyoshi bring to life the essence of empowerment. Katara's caring nature and courage reflect the qualities of our historical female leaders, showing that true leadership is about uplifting people, capturing what it means to lead with power and kindness. Avatar Kyoshi, on the other hand, stands as a symbol of justice and balance, her legacy echoing the formidable presence of our pre-colonial matriarchs. These Avatar characters and the real queens of Southeast Asia teach us the importance of genuine leadership. Okay, so unknown to many, our history across Southeast Asia is actually rich with stories of women who led with courage. You know, from the spiritual leaders and healers, like the pre-colonial babaylans of the Philippines, to our beloved, respected, and revered queens, like the legendary Kalangitan of Luzon, who ushered in a golden age, like Ratoshima of Java, who was well loved for upholding truth and justice, and Raja Hijau of Patani, who brought back stability in an age of chaos and bloodshed, and even the sisters Jayaraja Devi and Indra Devi of the Angkor Empire, who established many schools and universities for women and hospitals for the poor. Our ancient queens throughout Southeast Asia were not just rulers, but beacons of hope, resilience, and enlightenment. In fact, their legacies are still woven to the fabric of our cultural heritage. Now, by looking at Avatar: The Last Airbender and the real stories and histories of our Southeast Asian women, we are reminded of our own inner strength. You know, these empowering narratives reminds us that leadership is not limited by gender. Okay, so similar to the world of the Avatar: The Last Airbender, the pre-colonial babaylans of the Philippines were the embodiment of spiritual guidance and healing. Much like Katara with her healing waters nurtured the soul of their communities, intertwining the threads of the physical realm and the spiritual world. You know, these respected healers and revered priestesses use their knowledge and rituals to nurture the soul and the health of their communities, much like how Katara uses her water bending to heal and protect. Now, Katara's journey from a young girl to a master healer parallels the babaylans, who were entrusted with the well-being of their communities. The babaylans, through rituals and wisdom, maintained harmony, echoing Katara's belief that power stems from compassion and healing. The air nomad nuns, with their spiritual devotion, also mirrored the babaylans' deep connection to the natural and the spiritual realms. Now, both the air nomad nuns and the babaylans highlight the indispensable role of women in fostering societal balance, emphasizing that true healing transcends the physical, reaching into the essence of our being. This tells us about the critical role women played in keeping communities together, ensuring that healing went beyond just the body. These narratives, though centuries and worlds apart, converge on a shared truth that women have always been pivotal in healing and guiding our people. By looking back at the babaylans and characters like Katara and the air nomad nuns, we see the lasting importance of care and spiritual wisdom in shaping a harmonious society. Now, perhaps unknown to many, in Southeast Asia, women have long held the reins of economic independence, a testament to their strength and resilience. You know, this rich heritage of agency finds its echo in the world of Avatar: The Last Airbender through the character of Toph. Like the pre-colonial women of Southeast Asia who could inherit and own their own properties, Toph defies societal expectations to become a trailblazer, indeed even founding the new tradition of metal bending. Now, Toph's journey, from a seemingly vulnerable girl to one of the greatest earthbenders, symbolizes the entrepreneurial spirit and self-reliance that has been a hallmark of Southeast Asian women. They were not just passive participants in their economies, but they were indeed dynamic and central figures. Whether it was leading trade missions or managing lands, their contributions were invaluable, shaping the economic landscapes of their societies. This legacy of women's economic empowerment in Southeast Asia is a powerful reminder of the potential within each individual to shape their own destinies. Just as Toph used her unique abilities to carve out a new path, Southeast Asian women have always used their economic roles to assert their independence and influence their communities. This shows us how important women have always been in making decisions and leading our communities. As we celebrate these stories of empowerment, both fictional and historical, we're reminded of the enduring spirit of agency. The story of Toph and the history of Southeast Asian women teaches something important, that we all have the power to shape our lives and make a difference. They use their skills and positions to stand up and lead the path forward. It's a legacy that continues to inspire, urging us to recognize and harness our own potential and redefine the boundaries of what is possible. Now, before we continue, I just want to take a quick pause to give a special shout out and a heartfelt thank you to all my subscribers, patrons, and viewers like you throughout these years. You know, it's because of you, because of your love and support throughout these years, that videos like this are possible, that my channel exists. And if you are new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and that bell icon to join our growing community. But if you really want to help me make more videos like this, please consider being my patron on Patreon or a member of my YouTube channel. And if you're ready to expand your knowledge about today's topic, if you're ready to dig even deeper into the history and celebrate the legacy of Southeast Asia's fiercest women, make sure to check out my book and coloring book on the fierce women of early Southeast Asia. You may also check out my other books, coloring books and ebooks and merch about the colorful history and diverse cultures of the Philippines and Southeast Asia. Check out the links below and order your copies today. Honestly, every purchase helps. Every bit of support will help me, will allow me make more videos like this, will allow me to share even more fascinating stories and untold histories of our diverse but interwoven people. Kaya naman maraming salamat po. As we say in my mother tongue, in Kapampangan, dakal pong salamat. And in Bahasa Melayu, terima kasih. And in Bahasa Sug, magsukol tuod kay mo. Now back to our topic, back to the world of our fearless women. In Southeast Asia's history, we hear about heroes like Admiral Malahayati of Aceh, the world's first female admiral, who also fought against colonizers with wit and bravery. If you think about it, her story is like something out of Avatar: The Last Airbender, reminding us of Suki and the Kyoshi warriors. These warriors, both real and fictional, teach us about using strength wisely and standing up for what is right. Like Admiral Malahayati, who led the fleet with unparalleled courage against the Portuguese and Dutch colonizers, Suki and her band of warriors exemplify strength rooted in discipline and honor. Now this contrasts sharply with characters like Azula, whose use of power serves as a cautionary tale of ambition detached from reality and responsibility. The real-life Admiral Malahayati and the fictional Kyoshi warriors embody a profound understanding of leadership. They showed us that real power is not about being the boss, but more importantly, it's about protecting our people and standing up for your values and ideals. Admiral Malahayati's legacy, much like the story of Suki and the Kyoshi warriors, teaches us that the mightiest weapon is not found in the hands of those who seek power for their own sake, but in the hearts of those who wield it for the greater good. Both these amazing women, like Admiral Malahayati, who led the fearless Inong Bale, and Suki, who led the fierce Kyoshi warriors, give us a powerful lesson. That power, when guided by virtue, can leave a legacy that transcends the boundaries of time. They remind us that the best kind of strength is used for helping others, not just for getting what you want. Their stories, both from real history and the fictional world of Avatar, continue to inspire a future where strength is measured by one's commitment to justice and compassion. These stories teach us an important truth, that being strong and doing the right thing can make a big difference in the world. They encourage us to be brave and to use our power to help and protect others, just like the heroes we admire from the past in our history and in our favorite shows. In the world of the Avatar: The Last Airbender, we meet characters who navigated the complexities of personal choices and integrity within their own relationships. Characters like May show us how important it is to make our own choices, especially in relationships. May, with her quiet strength, exemplifies the courage to choose personal integrity over blind loyalty. Her decisions, rooted in self-respect, mirror the autonomy Southeast Asian women historically held within their own marriages, including the right to initiate divorce. In pre-colonial Southeast Asia, women's autonomy and rights were markedly advanced. Long ago, in places like the Philippines and Indonesia, women could choose to leave a marriage, and this was very different from many other places where women had less say in their relationships. Southeast Asian societies offered women the freedom to make pivotal choices about their marriages. For example, the right to initiate divorce, a rarity in many societies, including the Philippines today, was a testament to the respect for personal choices and the value placed on women within these pre-colonial cultures. It shows us that these societies respected women's choices and listened to their voices. This historical backdrop not only highlights the progressive nature of pre-colonial Southeast Asia, but also underlines a powerful message echoed in the narrative arcs of characters like May. It tells us that the essence of true strength lies not in subordination, but in the courage to stand by one's own convictions, even in the matters of the heart. As we draw inspiration from Avatar: The Last Airbender and the rich history of Southeast Asia, we're reminded of the timeless value of personal agency and integrity. We learn the importance of making our own choices. These stories from the past and from the show encourage us to approach our relationships and our lives with the same courage and self-respect, ensuring our choices reflect our true selves. Okay, in Avatar: The Last Airbender, we witness the power of storytelling through the whimsical, comedic, fun, yet thought-provoking play featured in the Ember Island Players. This episode, while filled with humor, subtly peels back layers on the significance of narrative control and women's perspectives in storytelling. This shows us how telling stories can change the way we see things, especially when women get to tell their own stories. And this is a lot like the stories told by women in Southeast Asia back then. Historically speaking, in the lush landscapes of Southeast Asia, way back in places like the Philippines, women were not just sitting back, they were telling their own stories. Women across Southeast Asia back then were active creators and narrators of their own stories. They challenged the conventional narratives, much like the playwrights of Ember Island, by engaging in the arts, literature, and even in the crafting of epics. They didn't just go along with what everyone else said. They shared their own ideas and stories, which were full of wisdom passed down through generations. In the Philippines, for instance, the pre-colonial era saw women as the esteemed bearers of oral traditions, their voices carrying the weight of ancestral wisdom through generations. These women were much like the characters in Avatar, like Suki, Katara, and Toph, who all did things their own way and broke free from societal expectations to redefine their roles. Similarly, Southeast Asian women used the power of storytelling not just for entertainment, but as a tool for preserving culture, imparting wisdom, and asserting their presence in a world that often tried to silence them. In celebrating the narratives crafted by these remarkable women, we draw inspiration from their resilience and creativity. Their stories remind us that the act of storytelling is in itself a form of resistance and empowerment. Just like in the Ember Island Players episode, it brings to light the essence of true artistry that lies in the courage to tell one's story, to share one's vision with the world, unfiltered and unsilenced. It's about being brave and sharing your story with the world without holding back. And this is how storytelling becomes a way to stand up and make a difference. Okay, so speaking of uplifting and celebrating these untold histories of our people, let me know in the comments below who among these fearless women of Southeast Asia that you would like to see in a separate video of their own, like an entire video just about them. I have a lot of ideas in mind. I literally have a 300-page history book and a coloring book about these fearless women, so I have a lot of ideas in mind. But right now, I'm actually thinking of making a separate video just about Admiral Malahayati and how she led the fearsome women, the fearsome widows known as the Ilongbale, in defending their motherland from European colonialism. In fact, they defeated the Europeans. So let me know in the comments below if you would like to see this separate video. And also let me know in the comments below, since we're talking about Avatar: The Last Airbender, let me know in the comments below which female character in Avatar: The Last Airbender or in the entire Avatar universe is your favorite. Let us know in the comments below. For now, let's go back to our topic. In Avatar: The Last Airbender, we see the Fire Nation trying to take over the world, just like how the European countries once took control of much of Southeast Asia and the world. Both the Fire Nation and the European colonizers sought to impose their will, to make people follow their rules. They disrupted centuries-old traditions and imposed new social orders, challenging the status and roles of women across the region. But in the spirit of resistance and resilience, Southeast Asian women continue to inspire us with their legacies of strength and defiance against oppression. Long ago, before the tides of colonization swept through Southeast Asia, women in places like the Philippines enjoyed significant autonomy. And they were respected. They were thriving in their roles as our leaders, warriors, and custodians of our cultures. And when Europeans came and tried to change their way of life, these women didn't just give up. They stood up for themselves, keeping their traditions alive and fighting for what is right, much like the relentless spirit of Aang and his companions. Southeast Asian women did not remain silent. They resisted in the shadow of oppression. For example, in the Philippines, spiritual leaders we call babaylans kept helping our people with their wisdom, despite colonial efforts to suppress them. And there were many other examples across Southeast Asia, from the warrior queens of Java to the trading women of Malacca. Their stories are testaments to their unyielding strength. Their resilience in the shadows of oppression is a beacon reminding us that even in the face of overwhelming force, the spirit of resistance can keep the flames of culture and identity alive. This legacy of resilience in the face of oppression is a powerful reminder of the strength inherent in the diverse cultures of Southeast Asia. Just as Avatar: The Last Airbender celebrates the victory of unity and strength over imperialism, the history of Southeast Asian women underscores the importance of resistance and the endurance of their legacies against all odds. In Avatar: The Last Airbender, characters like Katara and Toph embody resilience, courage, and the power of breaking stereotypes. Their stories not only entertain but also inspire, teaching us the importance of standing up for what is right, fighting against oppression, and believing in one's own strength. And as we journey through the tales and the history of Southeast Asian women, the echoes of these virtues resonate deeply, offering us lessons from the past to inspire our actions today and shape a better tomorrow. The women of Southeast Asia, much like the heroines and heroes of Avatar: The Last Airbender, faced challenges with unwavering courage. They navigated through societal constraints, fought for their rights, and contributed significantly to their communities, often with little recognition. These stories, rich with lessons of integrity, strength, and equality, urge us to reflect on our own values and the society we aspire to create. Now, drawing parallels between the empowered women of history and the inspirational figures in Avatar: The Last Airbender enriches our understanding of the struggle for equality and the importance of representation. These narratives, both historical and fictional, highlight the pivotal role women play in shaping societies and the undeniable strength they carry within them. And as we conclude our video today, let us remember the resilience of Southeast Asian women and the spirited characters of Avatar. Their stories are not just tales of the past or fantasies of another world, but are beacons of inspiration for today and tomorrow. They remind us of the potential for greatness within each of us and the impact we can have when we champion integrity, strength, and equality. So let's carry forward the legacy of these remarkable women by building a world that recognizes and celebrates the contributions of all, regardless of gender. Now I know I didn't get to cover, all the inspiring women, all the fierce women that I wanted to cover in this video. Because there's literally dozens, not even dozens, there's countless of these empowering women in our people's history. And it's literally hard to cover all of them in a single YouTube video like this. So please check out my Women's History Month playlist up here and my Demystifying Southeast Asia playlist in the links below to learn more about these fierce women in the history of Southeast Asia. Make sure to watch these playlists after this video. And of course, if there's something or anything that I missed or anything you want to add from your own cultures, from your own backgrounds, from your own people's histories, let us know in the comments below. Let us all learn from one another. And that is it for me today, so let me know what you think about today's topic in the comments below. And if you like this video or learn a thing or two, help me grow my channel by sharing this video to more people, so more people can learn more about our people's history, culture, and everything in between. Dakal pong salamat, maraming salamat po, agyamanak, terima kasih, magsukol tuod kay mo. See you next time, mga Tagalog kita-kits and Kapampangan, Mikitiks, inin bahasa Melayo, Jum palagi, inin bahasa Sug, balik isab.